All right, welcome everyone to the Oyster Aero PearlCast. Today, in our first time ever, we're doing it Brady Bunch style with Aerontii, which is Josh, Travis, and Stephanie. Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Doing well,
Hi,
thank you.
good.
Thanks
To
for
see
having
you,
us.
Jeff.
Yeah, good to see you. So, with when Aerontii formed, it's like I don't know if you've ever been friends with somebody and you thought they were cool, and then you had another friend and you thought they were cool, and then they get married, and that's kind of what happened when Aerontii got together. We were all sitting there going, "Oh my gosh, that's really really cool!" Like some of my favorite
That's-
people merged up, and here you all are. So.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
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 So, tell me a little bit, like, what were you all kind of doing your own thing, and you're like, let's just get together. Like, how did that come about?
We were, and we were all relatively independent heading into COVID, and obviously COVID, the effects on our industry, and not knowing what that was going to look like outside of really understanding the experience that was leaving the industry for really the third major impact in our career and our span of that career. So we got together and just kind of talked about, started the conversation around, a storefront suite of services,
Yep.
really kind of a generic term and a placeholder, not knowing exactly, what that would look like as we emerge from COVID, but knowing that, we obviously had extensive background in MRO and supply chain management, and a lot of the key positions and experience that we're leaving really fit well with our experience. So like any business, took a little bit of gamble with our timing, and it's worked out well for us.
Yeah, I think we found we had very kind of unique and complementary skill sets and personalities and everything. And being in kind of the consulting role, we found a lot of people go into that with the mindset of a temporary type of move. But I think we all saw something, very big there as far as our experience, our background, our know-how in aviation, and how we can really become a solution provider and, someone that, all of our clients can kind of come to when they need some expertise or connection. And we found a lot of unique ways to do that. So it was really exciting to come together and kind of bring all of our ideas into kind of one thought.
Good
Yeah.
deal. Is there like is there a typical profile of a client, or is it just all over the map?
I think initially it was a little bit all over the map, and again, it really wasn't because we didn't know what we were doing, but we didn't know what we didn't want to do, if that makes sense. So as that's
Sure.
refined over the last couple of years, it's really, it's the mid-sized companies that are either somewhat archaically involved in their business and looking to make a couple changes, or they're looking for new capabilities, some strategy management advisory. Material assessment and appraisals are a big thrust for us, as well as some of the ERP optimization and data work that we do out there. So those kind of three buckets essentially are where we're looking, and where our client base has really kind of evolved to.
Yeah, I think the client drives a lot of where we're going, as Josh
Mm,
alluded to, right? I mean, and
sure.
I think we went into this with our skill sets, as Stephanie noted, right? We've got a lot of sales and marketing experience. We've got a lot of data experience and buying experience and stuff like that. So, that's where we started. But there's a lot of feedback we get from the customers, like, what, I could really use some help here, right? And that's where we kind of find our pathway within the customers. And
Sure.
it's been fun. I mean, we've found a variety, and I think we love engaging with all the clients we have, because we've seen everything from small startups, small companies. There's one company we work with that they ran everything on a spreadsheet. They were that small and it worked for them. And looking for then you work with big OEMs, airlines, companies, and so we've kind of seen the spectrum of that, and we've found that we can kind of help clients along the whole spectrum of that size and type of organization. So I think that part's been really fun and surprising.
Hmm.
Good. So, like, it sounds like, I mean, everything from IT systems and valuation and business practices and capability and M&A, like all that, right? We can look at Aerontii as at least having involvement in most of that, I would
Yeah,
imagine.
sure.
Well, as
Very
Josh
cool.
alluded to, right? We've built probably 20 plus years of experience for each of us, right? And touched a lot of different parts of some big companies out there, right? So whether it, like you said, whether it was M&A, whether it was running shops, whether it was working with PMA engineering, I mean, asset management, tearing down aircraft. I mean, we really do bring a full suite of experience into a company.
That's fantastic. I mean, as I've grown Oyster and gotten to know a lot of our suppliers and buyers, I mean, it's just like the gamut of issues that come up are on surplus anyway. It's just a
Hmm.
lot. I mean, so we
Hmm.
definitely um, we definitely look to Aerontii as certainly helping our clients, and then just moving forward. So. I don't want to put you on the spot, but what do you think is some of the what do you think right now is one of the biggest challenges out there that you see people navigating? Is there a common thread there, or is it just again you work with so many different clients and projects that it's across the board?
Well, I mean, I'd say
Yeah.
definitely the changing in the workforce, the labor market, I think continues to be a challenge, but the
Sure.
um, just some of the talent that was somewhat lost in our industry and refilling that and retraining people and just having expertise. So we've definitely seen a lot of people struggling with that kind of know-how and the expertise and just really trying to rebuild even after that. I mean, long since COVID, I think it's been impacting our industry for many years since that. So that's definitely been one thing I've seen.
Yeah, and I think on the MRO side, at least from an aftermarket perspective, I mean, the consolidation that happened, a big push moving into COVID and really post-COVID as well is, I think left a little space. I mean, there's been certainly service degradation as these organizations consolidate. They figure out, their best practices moving forward. That in some cases and in most cases they do it pretty well, but there are examples that the support falls out and I think operators and some other folks in the supply chain world really struggle with getting the service they need out in the market, so I think that's a big struggle with folks as they manage their supply base.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think the other thing is there was a lot of reaction, right? And we're still kind of in that, right? Where a lot of folks are, whether it was voluntarily shedding jobs or people leaving or whatever, right? I mean, it's just everything's been reactive. So bringing in a team on a part-time basis or for a project that has that experience and can make an impact on a proactive basis has been, where we really shine.
Got it.
Well, and Jeff, you'll probably agree with this too. I think one thing I wanted to mention was just the supply chain struggles. And I think everybody, anyone watching this would probably nod their head. And, it's been a roller coaster of different reasons and different scenarios, but just, getting the supply chain in order, getting your inventory right, buying the right material, finding the right material to support the shops or to support the airlines. And so that's been really fascinating to see and just people reacting to different things that are happening and trying to plan for it, either trying to stock up on inventory or move excess inventory. So I know that's where Oyster Aero came to be. So I know you feel that, and we can just echo just the need for creative solutions on inventory for sure.
For sure. All right. So because this is our first Brady Bunch style, I'm going to try something and let's see how it goes. So who has the best handicap?
Oof.
Not me.
Probably Josh.
If
Yeah,
it is, it's
let's
by
say
a half a
Josh.
stroke. I mean, honestly, it really depends. Depends on what
Well,
day it is, I think.
just watch his swing. He's Mr. Smooth. I don't know how many times I've heard people say, "Man, you got a smooth stroke, Josh." So yeah, I'm
Well,
gonna
There
go
you
with
go.
Josh.
The
All
only
right.
problem is
So
I think I've sacrificed distance.
Yeah.
I get to hit from the red tee, so I'll come in on the turn. I can blast it pretty good
Yeah.
off the driver, and that's
Yeah.
kind of my secret. And then my short game is just terrible. So these guys save us every time.
Good deal. All right. Who's the nerdiest?
Ooh, wow. I
Who's
would
the
say Travis.
nerdiest?
I think Stephanie, you take on that?
I think that's probably fair.
Yeah, it's the glasses. Yeah.
All right, who's the bougiest?
Ooh.
Definitely Josh.
Definitely
Yeah.
Josh.
I'm
Going
voting
out to a
Josh.
nice
He,
restaurant
he
today.
he likes his fashion. Yeah, he's our little fashionista. Yeah.
All right,
I'll wear
all right.
that badge, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's the foodie?
Definitely Travis.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely Travis.
I do
Travis can
like to
find,
find.
But yeah.
he finds the best restaurants, I tell you. It's great.
Yeah,
deal.
I do like that.
All right, I already knew the answer to this. Who's up for In-N-Out Burger in Vegas at 2 a.m?
That'd be me.
That's
That's
all
you.
three of us.
Yeah.
Who
that's
is
for
it?
sure.
Maybe that should
I-
be the question.
I think we've done that a couple of times, right, Steph? So
It's our tradition, that's for sure.
All right, who's the best
Uh,
mechanic?
Yeah, I'd say Travis. I mean, I think we have a very similar
Yeah.
background from, commercial mechanic perspective, but his biking background and what I've seen his garage and how it's set up for all his bikes and tinkering around in there. So I would go with Travis on that one.
Nice.
I do
Okay,
like
and
my tools. Thank you.
lastly, here's the Top Gun line. Who's the best pilot?
Stephanie, hands down.
Definitely.
Definitely hands down.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
for
Well,
sure.
we just want to thank you for being here with us today. These are normally quick clips, so hopefully everybody enjoys this as well. But in all seriousness, we're really happy that you all had formed and come together. And I see you all out there on projects and pretty much represented at every show or conference in some form or fashion. So anyway, thank you so much for being with us today, and I hope that you all are having a great week.
Appreciate
We
it. Thank
appreciate
you.
having us. This is
Thanks,
great, Jeff.
All right, take care.